Chute and Morant, your front row for this 20-lapper, and the late models will get loud in a hurry. Chute scurries around the bottom of the racetrack, drifts up toward the back stretch, and Aaron Morant falls in line right behind him. Shane Esri running in third. Then a side-by-side battle between Dalton Imhoff and Larry Ferris, and Larry Ferris says, I don't want to be side-by-side with anybody. I'm going to race into fourth all by myself.
Todd Chute, the 5, the Iowa native, finds a lot of speed coming off of turn number 2. Has caution up front. The 23 this time. Here they come out of turn number 4. Green flag in the air.
Caden Cornell getting shuffled back in the pack on that restart, Doug. Now back in about 7th place as everybody chases the 5 of Todd Chute. Aaron Morant about 5 car lengths behind him. Esri right behind him. And then Larry Ferris fires around the 15. And Ferris takes over sole possession of third. Jake Morris coming up behind them as well. That 7 car looks hooked up early. A pair of 7s there. Morris and Ryan Johnson rounding out the top 5 or 6 there with Caden Cornell right behind him.
Larry Ferris finding a tremendous amount of speed, getting around Shane Esri. Now the battle for that 4th spot with the 7M of Morris and Shane Esri in the 15. Esri holds him off so far. How long can he do that? But here comes Caden Cornell. Cornell in the 50 looking to the inside of that 7 car.
The Bob's Auto Shack ride of Bob Cummings making an early exit. It's now Todd Chute starting to get into lap traffic. He and Aaron Morant both working their way around Rodney Ashworth. Morant now gets a nose underneath the 1A and gets that spot away as Chute hops it out of turn number 2 now. Almost a front to back straightaway difference between he and Aaron Morant. As Morant was coming out of turn 2, Chute was entering turn 3. 2.5 seconds almost the difference between Chute and Morant here as they continue to run 1 and 2 with 8 laps down. Chad Richwine now has to retire to the infield as the 42H is done. The 7J now also off the pace and pulls to the infield. Ryan Johnson's car will come to rest on the grass in the infield here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
As we come around, Todd Chute, the 5 from Norwalk, Iowa, still your leader. With that 1X of Aaron Morant, the Richmond, Missouri native, in that 2nd spot. Ferris, the 51, in 3rd. Now in the top 5, it is the 50 of Caden Cornell. Cornell moves up into that top 5, trying to get around that 7.
Todd Chute has led most of the way here. 11 laps in the books, 9 to go. Johnny Finwald on the move now as well. The Flash started 11th up to 7th. Does he have enough laps to get his way to the front? The 2017 and 2018 track champion looking for a three-peat here in a narrow points race. Cornell trying to find a line that'll get him around Jake Morris, and the nose is all sorts of wonky now on that white 5-0. Caden Cornell has apparently used that front bumper a couple of times to try and get around the 7, but the Hoover Motorsports entry has been unable to go. Esri has fallen back there behind Cornell, as well as Esri rides in 6th. Right now, the race still up front, and not much of one. Aaron Morant enters turn number 1. Todd Chute shoots down the back stretch and dives around the 0X of Jason Civils. Chute in the 5 now with 5 laps to go. Esri lost it over in turn number 2, gets it corrected, and Chute going to put him a lap down. The driver from Norwalk, Iowa, like it's on a rail right now. Next one to go a lap down, the 31 of the Hammer, Cole Henson. Shane Esri is going to have to call his night early now as he makes the hard right-hand turn. And Aaron Morant cannot get around a gaggle of cars. Larry Ferris right behind him. Morant this time around the circuit, 7 seconds behind Todd Chute, who is just carving up the field now. Shoot behind the 31 of Hinson. Has just 2 laps between he and his second win of the season here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. A good run off of turn 2 now for the 5 as he gets under the 31. Johnny Finewald gives him some room, and the Flash just trying to stay in front of your race leader as the white flag goes up. 1 lap to go for Todd Shute. Aaron Morant just now passes the start-finish line. It is going to be a runaway. Shute a 10-second advantage on the field, and he crushes it tonight. Aaron Poe, Cody Frazen, the street stocks ready to rock here. Frazen trying to run on the outside. That's where he starts, and he will clear Aaron Poe as they head down the back straightaway. Nathan Vaughn in third, Johnny Coates in fourth. Deason trying to take the 5th spot. Kenny Carroll's got the preferred line around the bottom of the racetrack as the Lamont, Missouri driver will lead him around lap number 1. And Aaron Poe has his hands full with Nathan Vaughn. Vaughn gets around him down the back stretch. The 45 will go to the bottom of the racetrack and try to take the second overall running spot back from the 12. They are side by side underneath the tower, and Vaughn got him by a nose.
Cody Frazen, the 04. Your leader coming around now, Nathan Vaughn, the 12 car from Sedalia, Missouri, looks to the high side, trying to get around, cannot, and caution down the back straightaway and brings him around into turn 4. Green flag flies. Well, we answered the question. He went down low, blocked the 45, brought it around just like you said, and drove it right on through. Cody Frazen, the 04. It is Aaron Poe, the 45, in that second spot. The 12 of Vaughn in third. Deason in fourth. Johnny Coates in a battle for that 5th spot for the 94. Kenny Carroll.
Daniel Deason carrying the front wheel of that one. This time, Aaron Poe tries to stay close. He and Vaughn go side by side, but Frazen able to run away again. He gets 2 car lengths to the good side as they go down the back stretch and start the entry of turn number 3. Poe and Vaughn plowing their way through turn number 4, and Poe gets the edge now as he gets clear of the 12. Nathan Vaughn, Doug, trying to run a little bit higher line, that upper third of the racetrack right now. Haven't seen a lot of drivers go up there today, but Vaughn maybe thinks he's found something there as now he brings that 12 back down to the inside of turn 4 with 15 laps to go.
Yeah, Vaughn decided it was better off to be down on the low end of that track and keep up. He was losing pace with the 45 of Aaron Poe. Poe now looking to the inside of the 04, looking to take a pass on Frazen as he shows him a fender coming around this time into turn number 1, looking to get around now. Vaughn goes to the high side real quick, finds some momentum, catches up with the 45 of Poe.
Poe to the bottom of the racetrack again, trying to get a run on the 04 of Cody Frazen, but he can't shake the 12 of Nathan Vaughn. Vaughn again goes to the top of the track through 1 and 2 and dives back down the embankment, and now the Raven gets a run down the back stretch. He pulls up alongside the 04. Back behind all the while, the 54, the Buckhorn Bullet. David Hendricks, something is let go in the 2018 Track Champs car.
Here they come. Green flag this time, Corey.
Green flag racing back at it. Frazen, Poe, Vaughn continue to run 1, 2, 3 here. They haven't been able to shake Daniel Deason, who's been in that top 5 in that 1D for most of the night. Now they're going to be 3 wide working through 1 and 2. Frazen gets a good run on the bottom of the track. Vaughn is around the 45 of Poe, and Vaughn has found something up on top of the track here that he likes. He brings it back down through the middle of 4, and the caution is here as the green flag goes back up. We get back to racing action here in Wheatland. Daniel Deason bouncing around the bottom of the track, trying to get around Nathan Vaughn. He's not going to be able to do it. Vaughn continues to run that middle line here around the track. Drifts up near the wall.
Aaron Poe takes back the lead from the 04 of Cody Frazen. Poe, the Noster, Missouri native, your leader, the 04 of Cody Frazen, Lamont, Missouri, in that second spot. Here comes Vaughn. Vaughn, the 12 car, looks to the inside of the 04, cannot make the pass. The 1 of Deason in fourth.
Something has changed on Cody Frazen's car, Doug. That restart, he has not had the same jump, and now Vaughn pulls alongside him, and Nathan Vaughn is intent to try and take away that number 2 spot as they all chase Aaron Poe now as the Raven is flying away from the field with a big lead.
Bob Barnett, the 27, with smoke, and he lets go.
Dan Daniels trying to get woed up behind him there in that 41. Another puff of smoke from the 27. Now it really goes. Cars spinning out behind him. The 44, Steve Scott in the 44S. He'll get a jump on the restart here, and the 45 will fly out in front.
Aaron Poe, the 45, the Raven with the lead from Knob Noster, the 12 of Vaughn in that second spot. Vaughn trying to reel in the 45 of Poe. 5 to go this time around. It is Cody Frazen in that third spot.
Frazen chasing Nathan Vaughn in the 12, but everybody still behind Aaron Poe with 5 laps to go. Daniel Deason now finally gives up that 4th spot, taken away by Larry Ferris, and now there's a spinner on the back straight. Running order, and again, Poe will try to power his way out in front. Johnny Coates in a battle for 5th, trying to get a run on the bottom of the track around Daniel Deason. Poe with almost a second advantage on the field now, 0.8 seconds out in front of Nathan Vaughn. Cody Frazen trying to hold on to 3rd and keep Larry Ferris behind him. 2 laps to go now. The 25 of Jay Prevet will pull off the track. His night is done. But can it be a night of celebration for the driver of the 45? Poe will see the white flag this time by 1 to go. Vaughn a full 1.3 seconds behind him. It'll just take a clean lap for the 45. No lap traffic in front of him. And Aaron Poe, who won here back on May 11th, is going to do it all over again here tonight. Aaron Poe is your street stock race winner. Go. So Middaugh all alone on that back row. Nobody alone up front, though. That's where they're all racing as the green flag flies. Chase Domer plows the top of the track. The 5 gets turned. He'll run into Gibbs here on lap number 1. We'll try and get this one started. Jason Pursley tries to power his way to the front of the field. Domer's car kicking up mud on the far side. And the 38 will stay in front. Domer around the top of the racetrack, just plowing up the cushion. Wolf takes a funny hop through 4, able to hold on to it. Here comes Chase Jones, the 03. Shoves his nose up in the middle of it, gets alongside Domer. Brian Green back behind them in 4th, back to Tracy Wolf in 5th.
As they come up, it is the 38, the principal. Jason Pursley showing the way. Chase Domer now, the 03. Chase Jones, has moved up into that second spot. Domer, the 227, into the 3rd. Here comes Green. Green, the 40, the Pierce City, Missouri native. Now Green goes around. Time around out of turn number 4. Pursley brings him around. Green flag flies. 2 down, 23 to go. It is the 38 of Jason Pursley, your leader as they come around. Now the 03 of Jones, the 227 of Domer. battle for that second spot. Green in fourth. The 40 car. Round out your top five is the 8S. That is John Sheets. Sheets, a Nevada, Missouri native.
Brian Green with a good run tonight as well, trying to hold on to a top five spot. He cuts off Domer. Smoke coming back of the 0-3 of Chase Jones. That gives Brian Green an opportunity. Then he scurries up the racetrack, and Domer and Sheets will run side by side through 3 and 4. Sheets gives up the spot now to Domer. It's 4 cars all within about 3 car lengths of one another. All the while, 4 cars battling for second place. Jason Pursley is cruising out in front of the field right now. Lucas Gibbs gets a little loose over in turn number 2, and it is a monster lead for Pursley right now. 3.2 seconds. The principal is out in front of Brian Green.
Brian Green moving up into that second spot as he battles through the crowd coming in. That is the 0-3 of Jones, a Domer in the 227, and of course the 8S of Sheets. Your top 5. It is still the 38. Jason Pursley, the principal, showing the way as Green brings him around. The 14 off the pace. That is Larry Ferris. Green flag flies. Pursley, the principal, on the point. Takes off Brian Green, the 40 in hot pursuit. The 8 of John Sheets, the Nevada, Missouri driver in that third spot. Chase Domer, the 227, also Nevada in fourth.
What did I tell you earlier? It always seems like half of the field is from Nevada. A lot of great race car drivers from the fine city of Nevada. Nobody finer right now, though, than Jason Pursley. Pursley has been out in front early and often here before we even had one green flag lap in. He found himself on the front row after bad luck for another driver. But boy, Brian Green has come to Wheatland to race now. Last time around, just 0.4 of a second behind Pursley as they work their way off of turn number 4. And Green's made it about a 2-car length differential, 0.3 of a second that time. Green is hooked up through 1 and 2, pulls right back up to the back side of the 38C, and the caution comes on again. Hallway of the elementary school, single file line behind the principal. Don't try and jump out around him as he is your race leader. He rolls it through 1 and 2. Green, Sheets, and Domer all give chase as again it's a 4-car breakaway out in front of Sean Whitman. Sheets to the top of the track, Domer to the bottom. That's a battle for third. Pursley still in control of this one with the 40 of Brian Green behind him. Domer and Sheets go side by side down the backstretch. Domer has to lift. Sheets takes the third spot away and immediately jumps in front of Domer, slamming the door shut as they work their way off of turn number 4.
It is Jason Pursley, the 38, the principal, your leader as they come around. Brian Green, the 40 car, in from Pierce City, Missouri in that second spot. John Sheets. Now John Sheets goes wide. Domer goes under, takes that third spot away. It is Whitman, the 73, also getting around as the 8 of John Sheets is going to call it a night.
Pursley gets him going again here. Pursley, Green, Domer, 3 cars. The lead pack tries to break away from Sean Whitman and Skaggs along with Middaugh. That Vanderbilt race car driven by Robbie Reed. Pursley has not been able to get much of an advantage, and then a little hop and a skip out of the 40, and now the 38 of the principal with a little breathing room. This time around underneath the flag stand. Reed goes up into the wall with 10 laps to go. Your point leader puts it off the Lucas Oil wall in between 3 and 4.
Tough luck for Robbie Reed. He was making his way through the field, still coming up through that way, but cost him some momentum as he went along. 38 of Jason Pursley opening up a lead, a little bit more of a lead over the 40 of Brian Green, the Pierce City, Missouri native, and the 227 of Chase Domer as they come around 10. We're under 10 laps to decide it.
Pursley's lead this time around greater. They're just under a second now, 0.967 seconds over the 40 of Brian Green. Domer still giving chase. He's 1.7 seconds behind our race leader, Jason Pursley, who ended up on the front row after a first lap caution that did not end up being a lap in the books. And now, just as I say caution, can he get one more clean restart? The principal pounds it to the floor and gets out and away from Brian Green. Domer right up behind the 40. Whitman in line behind him as they're single file all the way down the backstretch as Fellers whips it around Robbie Reed. Pursley will see the white flag. Jason has not been to victory lane in 2019. He had a great run a season ago, but he was winless in 2018. As he comes off of turn 4, the drought is over as the principal scores a win here on Fan Appreciation Night. For this one, the USRA B-Mods gonna bear down and get us going. Green flag racing. Chris Jackson and J.C. Morton already running into one another. Jackson turns, he hits Franklin. Morton gets away with some damage on his car and two more cars, the 121 of Phillips. Eric Turner won the race before this. Now he will get to make everybody go behind him as the 99T will get things started. We'll see if we can get a couple of green flag laps in. Dylan McCowan goes to the high side. Andy Bryant sticks a nose in under him, and he will make a charge toward the 99. McCowan plows his 8 around the top of the racetrack. Bryant tries to get under the 99 of Turner, but he and McCowan will stay side by side and hooked up through 1 and 2. Bryant tries to get a good run down the backstretch, and McCowan shoots out in front as they enter turn 3 now. Dylan McCowan now on lap number 2 will take control of the lead in the race here. 0.8 of a second out in front of Eric Turner and Andy Bryant. Bryant and Turner now side by side down the backstretch as they give chase to the 8.
Wow.
Dylan bounces his car through turn number 4, a couple of hard hits, but he continues to roll it around and continues to have that lead, and now he doesn't. McCowan slows, goes up toward the pit entry, and now Andy Bryant and Eric Turner will go door handle to door handle as they work their way around turn number 4. Turner on the low side, and Bryant will take over the top spot now as Andy Bryant's looking to make it 2 wins in a row here in Wheatland. Bryant goes too high that time and opens the door again for Turner. Turner carving up the bottom of the racetrack, and the 99T, does he have enough? Looks like Bryant able to get him to the circuit that time, and the 28 leads him around again, Doug, but Turner takes off down the back stretch.
Eric Turner takes the lead. Can he hold on to it? The 28 of Andy Bryant in that second spot. Here comes Turner and Bryant 1 and 2 as they come around the 00. That is the Taylor Moore Bodart, Missouri car in that third spot as they come around. Now it is Andy Bryant on the high side, Turner on the low side as they come out of turn 4. Bryant trying to make the pass.
21 is off the track now. Greg Scheffler has to retire early, and now Andy Bryant tries to take the top spot away from Turner. Bryant always likes to run the high side here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He gets a great charge off of 4 and stays out in front of the 99T. Turner continues to bottom feed, but now there's a car on the wall down the backstretch. Turner, Andy Bryant to the high side again. Turner puts it hammer down on this track. Taylor Moore going to follow the same line. He and Jerry Morgan all running in the bottom. Now Moore slips up the track, comes back down as Andy Bryant flings it around the top of the track, riding the cushion, and he continues to chase Eric Turner in that 99T. 12 laps to go in this one as the mud flies over in turn number 2. The 31 now looks like it's had to give up the goat. The 31 of Luke Phillips out of Chanute, Kansas. Looks like his night may be done. Chris Jackson now, Doug, is a top 5 car from 10th to 5th, and he will set his sights on the back bumper of Jerry Morgan. He's going to put Morgan down as we've got a problem up here in the front. Turner will slow him down, then slam it down as he tries to get a jump on Andy Bryant and Taylor Moore. Bryant flies that 28 Rage chassis up to the top of the racetrack again. He always likes to ride the top here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Throws it around the cushion. Moore right behind Turner, and they'll go 1, 2, 3 across the line. A lot of sheet metal damage now sticking up and out on that 42 of Jerry Morgan. Chris Jackson, Robbie Ewing running in behind the 42. Midway through our 20-lap feature, Bryant gets a run on the 99T. Bryant continues to hug that high line, and it gets him a good run down the backstretch as he takes over the top spot. Turner back to the bottom of the racetrack now, but he bounces it. He gets woed up, and Bryant's going to get a huge run down the front stretch and a big lead now, 0.7 of a second over the next 3 cars.
At 42, heavy damage on the right-hand side of the 42. It is Andy Bryant, the 28, your leader, as he comes around. Doesn't like that low side. He goes high. He's out. Your leader is out. Turner takes the lead back.
Eric Turner looking for a 2-feature win tonight. Gets the restart with 8 laps to go. Morton now starting to look outside like he wants to run that Andy Bryant line as Chris Jackson tries to get his car underneath the 42. Morgan continues to hold on to that 3rd spot as Jackson and that Rubel Racing engine roars to life here in 4th place. He doesn't want to come off that bottom line. Robbie Ewing now backing up a little bit, allowing the 10T of Tyler Brown to have an opportunity. And J.C. Morton's rocking around the top of the racetrack, getting a good run off of 4, pulls up alongside Brown and wants to take another spot away from Ewing. Here in another second or two, Doug, the 65 and the 18 are about to be side by side again, just like they were at the start of the race.
Here they come, and J.C. Morton up high, finding some rough riding up there, but he is coming around.
Well, Turner drove that pure stock like he stole it. The B-Mod is no different. So we've got 6 laps to determine a winner here. Taylor Moore, who has just been one of the best in a B-Mod for the last 2 years running, but has been unable to find his way into victory lane, maybe poised to play spoiler on Turner's double dip night. Chris Jackson started way back in the field after that first lap crash, has fought all the way up to 4th, but has not been able to get around Jerry Morgan. Morgan has done a good job to keep the 65 behind him, and that allows Taylor Moore and Eric Turner to keep running 1-2. Turner, with just a lap or so, has already pushed his advantage to almost a second over the driver from Bodark, Missouri. J.C. Morton continues to run the outside, kicking up dirt as he goes around the top of the track. Jackson cannot get his nose underneath the 42, and all the while Eric Turner now expands his lead, flying down the back straight. Now Turner bounces it through the bottom of turn number 4. Give Taylor Moore a chance to try and run him down here. The lead now 1.5 seconds for Turner. Turner, Moore, Morgan, Jackson, Ewing, J.C. Morton, and then Brown. The top 7 as the white flag comes out. 1 more lap to go. 1.5 seconds advantage for Eric Turner as he flies around the Lucas Oil Speedway. You might want to write this one down on the calendar, folks. You don't get to see the same guy win 2 features in one night, but that is absolutely what Eric Turner has done here tonight.